Welcome back everyone. In today's session, I'm going to discuss 9 very important short answer questions from Atithi guest written by Rabindranath Tagore. These questions are there in your workbooks, in various workbooks that are available. So today's session is Workbook Solutions session, a one-shot session. Watch the entire session and also check the pinned comment section for all important video links related to your syllabus. Come on, let's begin. What is question number 1? Discuss the significance of the title Atithi Guest and its relevance in the story. So we have to discuss the significance of the title as well as its relevance in the story. Word limit 100 to 150 words. Short answer questions के लिए न्यू पैटर्न के मुताबिक हमें 100 to 150 words में आंसर लिखना है. The title Atithi Guest is suggestive. This is your introductory statement plus critical comment. As students of class 12, you must incorporate critical comments in your answer. If it's SAQ, then adjust accordingly. The title Atithi Guest is suggestive. In the very beginning, I have related the answer to the question, a direct connection. यहाँ पे टाइटल है और जो इंट्रोडक्टरी स्टेटमेंट है वहां पे भी मैंने टाइटल से ही शुरुआत किया है आंसर का. The title Atithi Guest is suggestive through the protagonist Tarapodo. Who is our protagonist? Tarapodo. Tagore explores hospitality. Theme number 1. Transitory human connections. Number 2. Wanderlust. 3. Complex adolescent psychology and the concept of guests being an embodiment of the divine. The introduction is so powerful, dear students. Again, let us quickly read it once again. Tagore explores themes like hospitality, transitory human connections, wanderlust, complex adolescent psychology and the concept of guests being an embodiment of the divine through the protagonist Tarapodo. And who is the guest in this story? It is the protagonist Tarapodo. I have changed the paragraph. Entirely detached and free, Tarapodo's stars make him a wanderer. A quotation from the text. Substantiate the answer with suitable textual references. Entirely detached and free, Tarapodo's stars make him a wanderer. He runs away from his family, joins a Jatra troupe, disappears without saying a word, unexpectedly arrives in Motilal Babu's household. Before emotional ties could encircle him, he returns to the unconstraining, unemotional arms of Mother Earth. Tarapodo is a detached guest. So, I have explained all these things just to justify that Tarapodo is a guest. And what kind of a guest? He is a detached guest, a critical comment. He is a detached guest. He is a wanderer and his stars make him a wanderer. His nomadic lifestyle. He runs away from his native village without a thought. He runs away from his family, joins a Jatra troupe, disappears, unexpectedly arrives in Motilal Babu's household. So, he is always on the move. And before emotional ties could encircle him, he returns to the unconstraining, unemotional arms of Mother Earth. Girls and boys, I have highlighted a lot of important quotations in my answers. So, just observe and frame your own answers from these reference materials. Tarapodo is a detached guest in whatever situation he is in. Tarapodo कहीं पे permanently settle नहीं करता. वो एक जगह से दूसरे जगह वो wander करता रहता है. वो travel करता रहता है क्योंकि वो एक nomadic lifestyle lead कर रहा है. Motilal Babu, Annapurna are accommodating hosts. Since we are talking about guest Tarapodo, there must be hosts. And who are the hosts in this story? Motilal Babu, Annapurna. What kind of hosts are they? They are accommodating hosts. In this way, I am just incorporating critical comments in my answer. Charu Shoshi evokes a strange stirring in Tarapodo, but he stops nowhere. He is a guest in whatever situation he is in. In this way, I have justified the guest concept of this story, and it is through Tarapodo that Tagore explores the guest-host relationship as well as other themes. Accepting the diversity of life, capable of changing in response to what he learns from his experiences, Tarapodo metaphorically, again, metaphorically, critical comment, is a guest of the vast universe. सिर्फ एक जगह से दूसरा जगह वो ट्रैवल नहीं कर रहा है. In fact, metaphorically, he is a guest of this vast universe, yearning to explore it. He wants to explore the outside world. His interactions and relationships are transient. Guest का क्या मतलब है? Guest एक जगह permanently settle नहीं करता है. He moves on, transitory nature. And here also, Tarapodo's interactions and relationships are transient. Transient का क्या मतलब है? Short-lived. Symbolizing the ephemerality of life. So I'll just quickly check the spelling of ephemerality. F-E-P-H-E-F-E-M-E-R-A-L-I-T-Y. Ephemerality also means short-lived, transitory nature of life. So here, Tarapodo is a symbol of the ephemerality of life. Moving forward was the only thing that mattered to Tarapodo. This is an important textual reference which you can use in this answer. And another critical comment, I have just mentioned it, a note, fleeting presence of Tarapodo in their lives. That means fleeting presence of Tarapodo in the lives of Motilal Babu, Annapurna and Charu Shoshi. Fleeting, इसका मतलब है Tarapodo यहाँ पे भी permanently settle नहीं करने वाला है. And indeed, he moves on. He leaves a place and he is found nowhere. Hence, Tarapodo is the guest. Hence, the title is suggestive, it is apt and it is relevant in the story. And word limit. Did I manage to write this answer? Maintaining the word limit, I have counted it, 150 words. Explore the relationship between Tarapodo and Charu Shoshi in Atithi Guest, 100 to 150 words. We'll have to explore their relationship, critically analyze and explain their relationship. Being her parents' only child, a quotation, Charu Shoshi becomes jealous of Tarapodo's presence and the attention he gets in her household. What is the relationship? Jealous. She is jealous of Tarapodo. Their relationship begins with Charu Shoshi's animosity towards Tarapodo. Animosity, I have quoted from the text, therefore I'll put it within quotes. Here, this sentence directly relates the answer to the question. Their relationship begins. What is the beginning like? It is not a good beginning. Their relationship begins with Charu Shoshi's animosity, hatred towards Tarapodo. The more his accomplishments impress her and others, the angrier she becomes. Her natural fierceness fascinates Tarapodo. Charu Shoshi Tarapodo को पसंद नहीं करती है. and Tarapodo is fascinated. Her natural fierceness fascinates Tarapodo. This is their relationship. This is a relationship between a juvenile girl and a young adolescent boy. A critical comment. Dear students, if you get a chance, you can use this critical comment in your answer. I have mentioned a few notes in these answers so that you can use them properly while framing your own answers. He simply cannot overcome her hatred. Their relationship. Simply, he cannot overcome her hatred. She hides her interest in Tarapodo. वो देखती है Tarapodo को. She feels a little attracted towards Tarapodo. She is a little girl. She is growing up and she hides her interest in Tarapodo. She does not reveal it to anyone. She keeps it a secret. Shonamoni's presence triggers her possessiveness. So there is jealousy, there is envy, and there is possessiveness in this relationship. Darts of fire stab her. Becomes an image of destruction. She disrupts his studies, breaks his flute, locks him, begs forgiveness. Charu's volatility intrigues Tarapodo. She is a puzzle. She is an enigma, and he bears most of her tantrums with amusement. She exerts an unconscious influence on Tarapodo the wanderer. In heart, Tarapodo is a wanderer, but this girl exerts an unconscious influence on Tarapodo. Jealousy है, envy है, hatred है, tantrums throw करती है चारुशोशी, मगर फिर भी she exerts an unconscious influence on Tarapodo. So this is the relationship between a juvenile girl and a young adolescent boy. Quite unpredictable, and it is very complex. A complex relationship. So you can use these critical terms in your answer. He feels a strange stirring, sort of electrical impulse, cannot laugh at her willfulness anymore. So with the passage of time, what happens? It becomes an evolving relationship. Gradual development क्या है? So initially, Tarapodo was fascinated. He bore everything, most of Charushoshi's tantrums with amusement. He even slapped her once or twice when she would be uncontrollable. But now, he cannot laugh at her willfulness. He cannot beat her. Why? Because he feels a strange stirring in his heart for Charushoshi. This attraction is like a new dream, which may have resulted in marriage. The parents had agreed, but Tarapodo, a joyous wave on life's unending stream, moves forward. The relationship ends. In this way, this is Tarapodo's fleeting presence in Charu's life, highlighting psychological complexities and intricate relationships, the transitory nature of relationships in Tarapodo's life. Quite unexpectedly, they meet and they develop liking for each other, and then they could have got married, but unfortunately, this does not happen because of Tarapodo's wanderlust. He is a joyous wave on life's unending stream and he moves forward. The relationship ends. In this way, dear students, I have explored their relationship. Here I have exceeded. I'm very sorry I have exceeded the word limit, 160 words. So please do some editing and frame your own answer, and I'm sure you will be able to fit in these materials within the specified word limit of 100 to 150 words. How does the presence of the guest Tarapodo impact the lives of the residents in the village? Tarapodo arrives at Kathalia with the Zamindar as a guest. He is a guest. Despite his fleeting presence in the village, he does not live here forever. He does not settle down at Kathalia. He spends about 2 years here and then he leaves this village. Despite this, his impact in the lives of the residents in the village is noteworthy. He establishes friendly relations with everyone in a couple of hours, addressing them Dada, Khuro, Didi, Mashi, a deep feeling of identification, sympathy, and affection for human beings in general characterizes him. Within a few days, he wins all hearts, mixes with everyone on equal terms. He is boyish with boys, mature with the elders, yet not too precocious. With herders, he is a herder, yet also a Brahmin. He chats with and helps the sweet maker in managing his shop for a while. The words Tarapodo reigned over the village, the words Tarapodo reigned over the whole village sum up his impact, transformational in his acceptance of the diversity with openness. He is unconventional. He is not like the residents of this peaceful village. There is a contrast. Bamun Thakurun and Shonamuni are fond of him. He helps them. He is helpful, and there is a rift between Shonamuni and Charushoshi because of him. In this way, he influences the residents in the village. Question number 4, very quickly. How was Tarapodo influenced by his travels? Why? This is from the Morning Star workbook, Xavier Pinto workbook. Tarapodo's travels play a pivotal role in shaping his personality. Introductory statement is directly connected with the question. Influenced. This is influence number 1. Tarapodo's travels play a pivotal role in shaping his personality. Learning delightful accomplishments by mixing with various groups, yet his nature remains uncorrupted. Number 3, he swims in the murky waters of the world with pure white wings like a swan. He is uncorrupted. So, unconventional, which is spontaneous and internal. This is a critical comment. Tarapodo's unconventionality is spontaneous and internal. It is not something external or artificial. And his travels play a very important part in shaping his personality. What kind of personality? Unconventional personality, which is spontaneous and internal. Dear students, you may add these points also in your answers. यही आंसर अगर लॉन्ग आंसर क्वेश्चन टाइप में आता है तो you can easily use these points. Therefore, I have mentioned them. Because of the word limit, I cannot write everything while framing short answer questions. Therefore, I have made these notes for you. Critical comment, introduction में, textual references, introduction में. In this way, this answer is really compact. He is like a joyous wave on life's unending stream. Moving forward is his priority. He accepts the diversity of life, is open to new experiences, able to adapt to any situation. This is influence number 4. He knows how to cook, make sweets, could turn a potter's wheel, and so on. Other impacts. At Kathalia, he receives warm reception from Motilal Babu. Annapurna faces Charushoshi's envy, possessiveness, volatility, and an attraction which is like a new dream, a strange stirring in his adolescent heart. He learns English, wins hearts, and touches everyone with his openness, and these also are results of his travels. He learns how to cook, he knows how to make sweets. At Kathalia, he is warmly received by this family of Motilal Babu. He meets Charu Shoshi over here, faces her envy, possessiveness. All these things happen because of his travels. Here we have the concept of self-actualization. What is self-actualization? Well, take a look. It's there on the screen. Tarapado's passion for nature, love for human beings, wanderlust, longing to be free to explore the outside world make him a wanderer. Breaks the shackles of emotional ties, stops nowhere. This is the second part of the question. Why? How was Tarapado influenced by his travels and why? Briefly describe the scene at the ghat on the moonlit evening, which made Tarapado break all shackles and go away. One moonlit evening, Tarapado goes to the ghat and sees on the swift flood tide boats with merry-go-rounds and jatra troops and cargo boats rapidly making for the fair at Kurulkata. An orchestra from Calcutta practices loudly as it passes. The jatra troupe sings to violin accompaniment, shouting out the beats. Cymbals and thudding drums resonating in the air excites Tarapado. So, music casts a hypnotic charm on him. This is the irresistible pull. We all know about Tarapado's passion for music. So, this is the exact scene that I have written from the text. This is there in your text. Read the text thoroughly. The scene which influences Tarapado so much that he breaks all shackles and goes away once again. To him, the whole world seems like chariot festival, wheels turning, flags flying, earth trembling, clouds swirling, river flowing, boats sailing, and songs rising. Everything is there in the text. But Kathalia, next to the river, ignores all this. Tarapado's yearning to explore the outside world, his insatiable inquisitiveness. Inquisitiveness का मतलब क्या है? Curiosity, celebration of humanity, draw him away from love and emotional ties. He breaks all shackles and goes away to a life of exuberance, freedom, and vibrancy, making him a wanderer again, embarking on a new journey and leading a nomadic life. So this scene, how does this scene affect Tarapado? Impact Tarapado. Critical comment. 142 words well within the limit. So in this way, you must study the text thoroughly to write detailed answers, compact yet powerful. After this is question number 5, answer. And after this, very quickly, moving on to question number 6. Discuss the influence of Tarapado's wanderlust and curiosity on his decisions and actions. Tarapado's stars make him a wanderer, resulting in his nomadic lifestyle. Make him a wanderer. Nomadic lifestyle. Decision. He decides to lead a nomadic life. He dives into the murky waters of the world, his actions like a swan. His wings are not soaked or soiled. He retains his natural innocence. His decisions and actions are controlled by his insatiable yearning to explore the outside world. This is his wanderlust and curiosity. And the impact? He runs away. This is the impact. He runs away from his native village and his family without a thought. This is a quotation. Everyone gives up hope of him when he refuses to accept ties and breaks free 2 or 3 times. His mother, brother fail to keep him back. His transitory human connections. This is the influence, the impact of his wanderlust and curiosity. His human connections, his relationships are transitory, short-lived. एक जगह पे तारापदो बहुत लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम के लिए सेटल डाउन नहीं करता है. एक जगह से दूसरे जगह वो ट्रैवल करता रहता है, मूव ऑन करता रहता है, इसीलिए उसका जो रिलेशनशिप्स है वो भी शॉर्ट लिव्ड होता है. फैमिली के पास भी वो ज्यादा दिन नहीं रहता है. ही इज डार्लिंग ऑफ एवरीवन, बट ही लीव्स विदाउट अ थॉट. His transitory human connections, direct result of his wanderlust and curiosity. He joins a Jatra troupe one day without saying a word. He disappears. He travels with Panchali singers, a troupe of gymnasts. His natural curiosity draws him to the gymnasts. He learns delightful accomplishments, stops nowhere. At Motilal Babu's household, he is a fleeting guest. Again, his decision. He leaves. His indifference to hospitality, his keenness to learn English are evident. He is curious, therefore he is keen to learn English. He is a wanderer, therefore he is indifferent to hospitality. The sights of river flowing, boats sailing, songs rising, seen by him from the ghat excite him. The pull is irresistible. He leaves behind Kathalia, Charushoshi and moves on. This is the decision and action that he takes because of his wanderlust and curiosity to explore the outside world. English, inaccessible realm, unconnected with the former world. Another important quotation. Because of his curiosity, he starts learning English, which gives him an access to an inaccessible realm, unconnected with his former world. This is because of his curiosity. And then he becomes adept. He's very skillful. He knows cooking, playing flute, some weaving also. So all these decisions and actions are due to his wanderlust and curiosity. He breaks free from love and emotional ties. Moving forward is his sole priority. His decisions and actions are all impulsive. So dear students, I have given a lot of extra reference points so that you can use them if you are asked to write this as a long answer. Discuss the role of Motilal Babu in Atithi Guest. 100 to 150 words once again. Motilal Babu, the Zamindar of Kathalia, brings Tarapodo, the wanderer, to the village. Though influential, he is a warm and accommodating host. His acceptance of Tarapodo into his family and in his boat with open arms is significant in the plot. So in the very beginning, I have discussed his role. It is Motilal Babu who brings Tarapodo to the village Kathalia. He is warm and accommodating as a host, and he accepts Tarapodo into his family in his boat with open arms. And this is significant. He attempts to offer stability to the runaway boy and make up for his having no son. He invites Tarapodo into his boat cabin, offers food, displaying hospitality, kindness and trust. The worldly wise Motilal recognizes Tarapodo's keen interest in the English illustrated books in his library, happily engages Ramratan Babu to teach him. In this way, Tarapodo gets an access to the inaccessible realm, to an unknown realm of new possibilities, which is completely different from the world that he knows up till now. So it is because of Motilal that he is able to quench his thirst for knowledge. He takes keen interest in learning English. He offers parental guidance to Tarapodo for his growth. So this is the role of Motilal Babu in this story. A doting father, he gives in to Charushoshi's willfulness, allows her to study alongside Tarapodo. Though hesitant and cautious to accept Tarapodo as his son-in-law, Motilal later agrees, keeps the matter secret, fixes the wedding, sends for Tarapodo's family. Still, he is unable to tame the young fawn Tarapodo because of his wanderlust and his curiosity to explore the outside world. Students, this is a compact answer. Quickly, just have a look. I have discussed the role of Motilal Babu one by one by mentioning very important points. Brings Tarapodo to the village, warm accommodating host, accepts Tarapodo with open arms, offers stability, tries to make up for his having no son, invites Tarapodo, offers food, displays hospitality, kindness, trust, and he notices Tarapodo's interest in English illustrated books, happily engages Ramratan Babu to teach him, offers parental guidance, a paternal figure, and this helps Tarapodo to grow and develop. Again, he is a caring father, a doting father. He loves his daughter very much. Charushoshi is obstinate. She is willful, wayward. Motilal Babu allows her to study alongside Tarapodo. Initially, he is hesitant. He wants to marry Charushoshi well. He is cautious because he does not know much about Tarapodo's background. But then he accepts the match, decides to keep it a secret, and then he fixes the wedding, sends for Tarapodo's family, starts making all the arrangements. Still, he is unable to tame the young fawn Tarapodo, who is a joyous wave on life's unending stream. This is a compact answer, 150 words. After this, we will discuss Annapurna's role, his wife's role. Here is his wife's role. Discuss the role of Annapurna in Atithi, guest. Annapurna, Motilal Babu's wife, is a quintessential mother figure in Atithi, typical mother figure in Atithi, guest. She is tenderly attracted to Tarapodo when she sees him for the first time. As a host, she is accommodating, warm, and welcomes Tarapodo with open arms, just like her husband. She is curious to know more about Tarapodo. Who is this child? Is your mother alive? Why did you run away? She asks a lot of questions, and through her questions and Tarapodo's answers, the readers get a brief sketch of Tarapodo's life story, of this adolescent boy's life story. This is her role. Annapurna longs to feed, clothe, give succor to him. She becomes overindulgent but is affectionate and is fond of him. Realizing Charushoshi's animosity towards him, Annapurna stops showing affection for him in front of Charushoshi. She appreciates Tarapodo's music also. A doting mother, Annapurna suggests Tarapodo will make a fine husband. She is wise. She knows that Tarapodo is mature and Charushoshi is immature. Tarapodo will look after Charushoshi very well, and she also recognizes Charushoshi's feelings for Tarapodo. She is hopeful that Tarapodo will be able to change Charushoshi. She plays an important role in providing a stable existence in a comfortable house to Tarapodo. She tries to keep him back permanently by arranging the wedding, but is unable to do so. Motilal and Annapurna represent stability, while Tarapodo symbolizes eternal flow. He is always on the move, a joyous wave on life's unending stream, life's eternal flow. Here, 157 words. Again, please edit and frame your own answer. This is a reference so that you can know how to write such answers. The last one now, very quickly, 156 words में मैंने लिखा है. Question क्या है? What all did Charushoshi do to get Tarapodo's attention? This is again from the Morning Star Workbook. The willful and obstinate Charushoshi is jealous of Tarapodo, yet she is possessive of him, wants to keep him guarded closely, and is also inwardly attracted towards him. She wants Tarapodo's attention, is anxious to claim sole rights over him. और वो क्या करती है? Shonamuni's presence triggers her envy. To show her annoyance to Tarapodo regarding Shonamuni, she breaks his flute. Again, when Tarapodo is engrossed in learning English, Charushoshi wants to learn English alongside Tarapodo. She wants to draw his attention towards her always. She is super possessive. She wants to claim sole rights over him. When Tarapodo progresses in studies, she bursts into tears. रोने लगती है, चिल्लाती है, secretly pours ink on his exercise book, steals his pen, tears passages from his book to disrupt his studies. क्यों? Because she wants Tarapodo's attention. She even writes an apology once. Complex psychological transformation. Charu threatens to complain to the teacher to prevent Tarapodo from going to Shonamuni's house. She locks him also. Despite restrictions, she bursts into Tarapodo's room like a cavalry charge, disturbing his studies with crossness, eagerness, or scorn, only to draw Tarapodo's attention. She behaves in this manner because she likes him. Attraction to love.